Alright, so up to date today is a film called Roadkill, part of the Fangoria Frightfest. It's part of one of those kind of after dark uh, ghost house, the Sam Raimi production company. It's one of these things where they put out 8 or so films and all under one kind of moniker or headline. And honestly, usually these movies aren't all that great. There's been what, like 4 of these After Dark Horror Fest films series, 8 of them each, and I can honestly say that probably 2 of them were worth a shit. One being The Abandoned from the first After Dark Horror Fest, and then there's another one that I saw recently that's from one of the newest ones called Kill Theory. It's not that bad. And then Sam Raimi's production company, Ghost House Underground, I think they did a couple, and I think they've done 2 now. And out of that one, I think The Children was all right. But usually these things aren't all that great. I don't know why. I don't know where they decide to pick them. I don't know. But and not knowing much about it, Fangoria Frightfest thing, didn't know they were going to be doing this. I don't have a lot of expectations, which is usually a good thing for me, because if I have high expectations going into a movie, then it usually disappoints me. And another thing, it's being Fangoria, and I'm sorry, Fangoria was great in the 80s, but I don't know what they've been doing lately. I mean, you got Twilight on the cover. You calling yourself a horror magazine? That's another video. Don't even get me into that. But anyway, so I rented a few of these just because I'm bored. And you never know. I mean, you never know. You could get a gem. Who fucking knows? Usually, you're going to get disappointed with these, but who knows? So anyway, first one, Roadkill. Um, it's an Australian film, which kind of got my hopes up just because it's not American and, you know, it's foreign. So sometimes they know what they're doing a little bit more than we do. 2 couples on a road trip to somewhere, I don't really know where, get run off the road by a road train, which is basically just a tractor trailer with 2 trailers. It's a big, long tractor trailer. Run off the road, their car gets totaled, one of the guys get injured, and they can't drive anymore, so they decide to start walking. Well, as they're going down the road, they see this road train sitting on the side of the road, and they, of course, decide to go investigate it, which is fucking stupid. But hey, look, I'm not one of those people that's gonna be sitting here watching a movie. I don't know if you've ever watched a movie with somebody that's really not into horror films, and they're like, "Well, that's dumb. That'd never happen." You're like, you wouldn't have a movie if some people weren't stupid. I'm not one of those people that says that. I could deal with some stupidity in horror films, but these people take the cake. Um, Not just for that, but anyway. So they see the road train, and it's empty. There's nobody in it. Well, they don't have a car, so all of a sudden they start hearing gunshots off in the distance. They look, and here comes a man with a gun. So they figure it's the driver, and he's just killed his passenger. So they all get into the road train, and they drive off. So they're driving along, turn on the radio, and all of a sudden, a song comes on. It seems like they can't turn it off. They all start to fall asleep. Ooh, weird. Anyway, driver falls asleep too. They all wake up, and it looks like, if you've ever been on the interstate, you're going down a steep incline, you'll notice sometimes off to the side that these really steep, like dirt paths for trucks, for runaway trucks, brakes that go out. They go up on these inclines, and they can stop. So, looks like they're up on one of those. Well, they don't know how they got there. They're all blaming it on the driver. The truck won't start anymore. And they all have to figure out, well, what are we going to do next? We're in the middle of nowhere, we don't know where we're at. So, that goes from there. I'm not really going to tell you any more about the story. I'm not going to be one of those people that tells you the movie from beginning to end, because you may find this plot interesting and want to go see it or pick it up or whatever. So, I'm not going to tell you everything. That's where I'm going to leave off. Stuck in the middle of nowhere, what are we going to do? Something's obviously up with the truck. That's frightening. Not really. Yeah. Like I said before, I'm okay with some stupidity in characters and doing dumb things in films, but these people are fucking dumb. And you know what? In the movie, they deserve to die. Two, there's nothing really to them. They're very shallow characters. You get a bit of a backstory on them, but none of them have any redeeming qualities. They're very kind of shitty people, all of them, pretty much, and you don't really give a crap about them, which is strike one. The film is just very loose. The storyline is very loose. It's not well molded together. It's just kind of like, okay, here's the situation, and we're not really going to explain much to you. Which, there are films that do that, and, it kind of has one of those open endings, which can be fine in some movies, but when the story following before that is so crappy that you honestly, I mean, the last 20 minutes of this movie, I was like, can we please get on with it? Like, it's just these people are stupid. I can't wait for this movie to end. I want them to die or do something. And it's paced fairly well up to that point. Although everything that's in it's not that interesting, it's paced pretty well. And in the end, it's just like dumb thing after another. These people are just. It's like I think they want to die. I don't know. And they leave it in this kind of open ending kind of thing, and don't really explain a whole lot. And that can be good if it's intriguing, but I think the writers didn't really, they kind of came up with an idea and then didn't really smooth it out and just went, oh, well, we don't have to explain everything. It's a horror movie. It's okay. It doesn't matter. We'll just leave it open-ended. Yeah, that can be fine sometimes, but I don't think you guys really wrote the whole thing out. I don't think you guys really knew exactly what you wanted. So you just decided, we'll just leave it open. It's alright. It doesn't matter. For this one, it does. So there's a making of, and I decided to watch that to see maybe if they'll explain a few little things. Maybe I could have a little bit more respect for the film. No, they don't. They just sit there and praise the hell out of it. I think the director wrote it down. He called it tense. Please. Malevolent. Yeah, there's some sort of malevolent force, but the film malevolent, scary. Anyway, and sexy. Whatever. Yeah, there's two girls in it, and they're okay looking, and there's like one sex scene. But the film being sexy, no. So yeah, it's not the absolute worst way to spend an hour and a half, because it does somewhat keep you interested, because you think, okay, well, what's going on here? Let me figure it out. They don't really tell you. But it's by far the worst. So if I were to give this out of 10, maybe a 4, 3.5. But again, leave it open up to you guys. If you want to check it out, check it out. So, Roadkill, yeah. Say 3.5, 4 out of 10. There's some deleted scenes on here, the featurette, which I didn't even watch the whole thing. Some deleted scene, I already said that. Commentaries, stuff like that. So anyway, I'm going to be reviewing a couple more of these. Hopefully I'll find one that's not a piece of crap, or at least interesting in some way or another. Anyway, next time.